We are live. Kendi K, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming over to hang out and have a conversation with me. I am
Not a
so
problem. It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me over. Of course, I'm coming to see my friend.
excited. Yeah, so Grant has been by here. He's headed to the exercise thing. He's going to try to catch us before we close out. And Jackie is here, caring for others and me is here.
Hey,
Welcome
hey,
in,
Carrie.
Jackie. Welcome
Y'all
in.
welcome. Welcome. Thank y'all for joining us.
Yes, yes, yes. And so, Candy K, let me just tell you
Okay.
what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking. For me, showing up for myself is more of a mental thing than a physical thing.
For real.
So I feel like I can show up physically for whatever, whoever, and everything, but at the same time, not being there in my mind. So a lot of my discussion while I'm discussing this and sharing is probably going to be more of showing up mentally. Yeah.
I agree. I agree because, like, we're real grown, right? We're real grown.
Yes,
So, yeah, I think we have enough savvy about ourselves to, you know, look the part, be the part, but not really. You know what I'm saying? But you're
exactly.
right. It when we talk about showing up, I for real. I'm talking about showing up, mind, body, and all of it, everything except my physical. Because physical, I can get the body there. The body can be there. The smile can be there when needed. Right? I can turn it on and off. Right?
Yes,
But if I'm not checked in mentally, right, then I haven't showed up at all.
that's right. Welcome in again, Jackie. Jackie says, I'm here. Jackie, tell us what is showing up for your life. What does that look like for you? Oh, she's listening, but she's working. Of course, you're working on a Sunday, Jackie. You showing up for your life.
Yeah, I think that's what we all have to do. We all have to show up in the ways so that we can keep our livelihood. We have to show up for our kids. We have to show up. You've got grandbabies, so you've got to show up for your grands, and it becomes a lot, right? You show up as a wife, as a spouse, right? But
Yes, yes.
PK is single in the city, so
Yeah, and showing up like for my family, for my husband. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's mental and physical, mind, body, and spirit. And sometimes I'm just here, but I'm mentally checked out.
I think we all would have to admit that at times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Grant, welcome in. Grant is here doing 10 minutes on the bike. So got y'all for a few minutes. Woo! And Grant already put in why he's showing up. He's showing up just one day at a time and the best he can.
And I think it does get like that for us at times, like just giving work, just giving, family commitments, just sometimes when I know when I'm feeling overwhelmed, that is what I do. Is number one, I compartmentalize to sometimes to my detriment, but I compartmentalize those things, and I have to keep the segments very small and tight so that I don't feel overwhelmed. And what has to be done this week, what needs to be done this week, what needs to be done this month, and then for right now, what needs to be accomplished today. I literally was texting back and forth to someone, and I said, "Hey, wait a minute. I've got to get ready because I've got to show up for my sister friend, for Sandra James. So let me get back with you, and we've got to stick a pin in this until I get back with you because I've got to show up. I've got to fully show up for my friend Sandra James so
That's
we can have
right.
this great
That's right.
conversation.
Yes, thank you so much for showing up for your friend. You know, that's what we do for one another. So I want to welcome in Coach Mean. Good to see
Coach.
you. I haven't been showing up for my exercise because I'm just totally overwhelmed in some places in my life. But welcome in, Coach Mean. Welcome in, Rod, Point Blank Experience.
Hey
Welcome
there,
in. Good to see
Rod.
you. Happy to see you. Jackie said, showing up for myself means holding myself accountable and doing what is best for me. That's what Jackie
Mm-hmm.
said. That's good. What, BD in the house too? Welcome in. Good to see you. We showing up today. So yeah, I know coach, and I don't know why it's doing that. I've been trying to rectify it since yesterday. We just gonna roll with it.
What's going on?
It's they can hear a slight echo, and I don't have anything else on or connected or anything.
What about now?
Let me say something. Okay, can you hear it now, coach? Yeah, it's still there. Everybody's saying hello. She said it isn't too bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
wonder
was
why it
having that
started doing
issue
that like that.
yesterday, but I wasn't sure. And Grant says he loves your hair.
Oh, thank you, Grant.
Yeah, and oh, and BD, thank you so much. You guys, I won third place in the BDBGP How You Living, How You Feeling challenge that he did a couple months back. And I did a little short clip of saying his little saying
Uh-huh.
and did a little dance, a little ostomy dance. And I
Okay.
came in third place and I had a $10 prize.
All right then. Well,
Yes, yes, yes.
congratulations on that.
That was so cool. And I was excited. And thank you for giving me the energy and the courage to even do something like that. So that was cool. I showed up for BD. Yes, yes, yes. Third place is nice. Yes, Grant. So yeah, Candy K, I'm telling you, I wanted to give some examples of what showing up for my own personal life looked like for me. And one of those things was that just say that I had a team meeting because, with my job, sometimes we have team meetings. This is not in reference to my job, but just for the sake of example. So we have a meeting and we're going to do a presentation for a product that we have, say. And so we're in a meeting and we're all deciding what we're going to do, what part of the presentation we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So someone says, well, Sandra, you go ahead and this is the part I think you'll look good presenting. And I accept the part, but I believe that I'm better suited for a different part, but I don't say anything. And I just show up and I present because I know all operations of the presentation and I just do it. So I feel like I didn't show up for my life because I didn't speak up and I didn't use my voice and I didn't say what I was better suited for. So for me, that's an example of not showing up for my life.
And and something that I've done that before and things have never worked well when I have just tried to, you know, go along to get along. When I know that something is, and it doesn't even have to be, I'm not even speaking about the workplace. I mean, it could be social organizations, it could be church, you know, things. But because one thing, I mean, like we're real grown, right, at this point. So I know I'm 50 years old. You're in your 64th chapter. Amen. And we all know what our skill sets are, right? We know where our gifts and talents lie. And we also know the things that That's not in my wheelhouse, right? And so because I know that so well, why would I know when someone, tries to put something on me that is outside of my wheelhouse, my skill set, or frankly just something I don't want to do.
Yes.
At 50, I'm 100% of the time going to let you know. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
If that's what you have for me, then this is where I bow out, right? Or you might want to go ahead and check in with someone else on that. And again, I'm talking social organizations, I'm talking church functions, because I'm over here protecting my peace. And
Amen.
I'm only going to be engaged in the things that, you know, uplift me. And I want to show up fully, right? And so if I'm not fully on board with the mission of whatever it is, then I can't, it's hard for me to I can't fake it. I don't want to fake it anymore. And I won't. I won't. Nope. I thank God that my age is allowing me. I don't need to fake that anymore. Don't have
Yeah,
to.
I
Don't want
agree with
to,
that.
and am not going to.
I agree with that. And also, if you do otherwise, it's not only hurting yourself, but it's hurting the people that are around you as
Right.
well.
It's hurting the bigger the whatever the function is. It's hurting whatever the mission is for whatever it is. If you're not fully showing up for it for whatever reasons, if you don't have the full buy-in yourself personally for whatever reasons, I can't. Mm-mm,
It's
I,
absolutely
I can't.
fruitless, right?
It's going to feel inauthentic, and whoever is leading that thing is probably going to, because people tell me I have strong nonverbals. So literally,
Yes.
literally, however I'm feeling about it or feeling about you or individual, it shows on my face, right?
Amen.
I tend not to be able to hide that thing, and so yeah, it's just best that I tiptoe away in my kitten heels and go about my business and let
It's
y'all
just
let y'all
say,
do what y'all gonna do.
okay. And welcome in, Layla. Good to see you. Happy Sunday to you. Welcome in, girl. It's good to see you. Uh, One of my lovely Ostamates is in the
Oh,
house
this is a great
today.
conversation, Sandra. This is Yeah, we need to do this more, friend. We need to have just you know this grown folks talk.
We
I
do
don't
it
know that
all
it's
the
even necessarily grown women talk. This is just grown folk talk. We're just
grown folk, period. We're all grown
period
up in
period.
here.
All this
And
missing is a cocktail.
yes, and another thing I just thought about as you're talking about having these type of live sessions. I try to do them every week, but
Yes.
sometimes in the early part of my journey in YouTube as a content creator, I think I can call myself that now, and
Yes.
visiting live sessions because I love these type of live sessions, and so I visit them a lot. But there had been times early on when I showed up for the live, I clicked and I hit the like button and I stayed for the entire session. But there were times when I didn't say anything. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
share my opinion or, respond to whatever the questions were. And I was thinking that I know they don't want to hear what I'm gonna say because it's just not gonna line up with, what's being discussed. But that wasn't true at all. And
Mm-hmm.
even if it would have been true, I still needed to show up for me since I was
Yeah.
there. And that's what I came for, to get something from the session for me. So since that time, whenever I go to a live and there's a good discussion going on, I'm just going to put it out there and show
And
up for myself.
and you know what, Sandra? I have found that even when when I might say, "Hey, I'm working," or I'm over here trying to edit something for my channel, and but I'm here. I wanted to let the creator know that I'm here. I'm in your live stream, and I'm listening in. it is so difficult for me not to say something. And it's really weird as a content creator, especially now, because I went so many years. I'm like it still boggles my brain when people say they have been a YouTuber for 14, 15 years, right? I didn't even know YouTube is even that old, and it's older than that, right?
Yes.
But I know that during the pandemic, which is when I really started watching YouTube, because I had watched all of the Netflix shows, I had watched all the Amazon Prime videos. There was never anything to me of substance on cable TV. So I just got over there to YouTube and I said, "Oh my goodness, these are some very these are some it's a lot of things going on in on the in the YouTube streets, right?" And I wanted to start talking, right? So at first I was like, "Oh my god, these people!" I didn't because like I didn't even know the comments existed. I didn't even know there were comments, right? But I knew that I was sitting there in the recliner, sitting on the couch, watching these, creators, and I know that I was talking back to the TV, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you're so stupid," or "Oh my gosh, what are you
You,
doing?" Oh my gosh, right? And so then I've noticed, or somehow I figured out that they were commenting, that you could actually comment on YouTube. And I was like, oh my goodness. But then I was like, oh my goodness, but I can't really comment, right? And then I finally, y'all, it took me like months to figure out that I needed to like create a profile or something in order to be able to comment and like. And they kept saying, like the live, like the live, like the live. And I'm like, how do
you
you
like
do that?
what?
Because every time I did, it wanted me to log into something. Y'all, I was so green. So green.
I have people in my life right now that's like, "Oh, Sandra, you have a YouTube channel?" And I was like, "Yeah, you should check it out." And they say, "Oh, well, when I try to go in there, they say I got to have an account and all that stuff." And I'm like, "You guys been out here in the world all these years, and I'm just getting back acclimating to society, and you don't even know that," and stuff. And I try to tell them, what to do, but I've been a viewer for 16 years. Uh, I just got a channel of my own. It'll be a year on the 22nd.
Yeah, that's just
Yes.
mind boggling for me. I don't know what
What?
I was doing 16 years ago, but y'all, YouTube is really the only social media. I had an Instagram, and I don't know what I violated something, but probably because I was only trying to send like private messages to people. I wasn't really trying to, do Instagram publicly. I don't even know how. So I just kind of reactivated a new one because like they said like you broke our policies, but it didn't tell me what policies I broke. And so yeah,
Yeah.
this it still amazes me that I'm a YouTuber. It still does.
Yeah. So you guys that's here in the chat, welcome in Jerry G. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Let us know, what is showing up? What does that look like for you when you show up for yourself, or even if you're showing up for someone else? Is it physical? Is it mental? Is it physical, mental, and spiritual? What is showing up like for you? We want to know. Yes, yes.
Well, I
But
know. Have you ever heard of Veda?
beta or
Veda,
beta?
VEDA.
No. Have I?
I learned this from YouTube. I learned this from,
Beta.
and that lady, she was like a van lifer, and she no longer has a YouTube channel, I don't think, or whatever. She it's like a lady. She was like just a nomad traveling in a
Mm-hmm.
converted van, just traveling all over, and she doesn't even have a YouTube channel anymore that I'm aware of. But I don't know.
What is
But
Veda?
she used to
What is
always talk about Veda. Veda stands for video. It's an acronym. V is an egg, D is in dog, A. Video every day in August and in April. And so you, as a content creator, are supposed to create or go live every day in the month of August.
Oh,
And so I tend to think, well, that's a great goal. That's a great goal. But to me, even if you don't achieve that goal, because today is already the what? Oh, I was about to say the 10th, right? My mind is already jumping forward to my Monday. But even if you don't achieve that goal of creating a video every day in the month of August or go live, you're still showing up for yourself as a content creator, right? You're
Yeah.
still in a better position. You positioned yourself better in the algorithm and as a creator, and you are conditioning yourself for greater, like what's coming next for you as a YouTube content creator, because you just keep showing up for yourself.
Yes, yes. And showing up for others. Like the channel that I have, I'm showing up for me because I wanted to share my colorectal cancer journey.
Yes.
But in the course of that, I realized that I'm showing up for others because they are benefiting from what I share. Not only do they get to learn about what's going on in my life, but they get to share their own and they get something from me to help them carry on with their own journeys. And it's just a beautiful thing, something I never thought I would do. But I show up every time that I show up, not
Mm-hmm.
because I have to or not because I feel obligated to, but because I absolutely want to. Even,
You've got a lot of folks showing up in your comments. Did you want to put any of those up, Sandra?
yeah, Layla's saying she shows up in all three areas of her life, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And I'm not going to press you, Layla, but I really want you to share a little bit more about what that looks like for you. I know that you do your the videos that you share, the bag changes, the even the tic tacs that you use for your ostomy. But in your life, your everyday life off camera, how are you showing up physically, mentally, and spiritually for your life? And I know you have children, at least one. How are you showing up in that way? What does that look like for you? I love to ask questions. I love.
Because you're very inquisitive. I'm going to turn my camera off for just 1 second. Let me grab something.
Okay. So let me know, Layla. And I want to thank you guys, all of you that are here right now, and those of you who will be on the replay. Welcome in and thank you for being here. And anything that you have to share, I am so open to hearing what you have to say. And I want to know about you too. How are you showing up for your life? And what does showing up for your life look like for you? Yes, yes, yes. Physically, making exercise a priority, Layla says. Physically, making exercise a priority. So I started off good with that, Layla, but because of a lot of different things, I'm struggling. But after gaining that 15 pounds, I'm moving back toward what I'm supposed to be doing because I have to show up for my life. People can give me tips and tell me different things, show me different things that I can be doing to enhance my life in that area. But if I don't show up for it, then it's absolutely fruitless. So, congratulations on making the exercise your priority. And exercise is absolutely necessary in our lives, and especially for us women who are at a particular age.
I
Exercise is
agree.
very important.
I agree with that, Sandra, and thank you for talking mentioning exercise, because for me, I don't. What I'm not going to do is put myself in a box that exercise has to look like someone wants it to look for me. No, my
Right.
exercise program is me focusing on movement, just moving my body more. And, you know, I'm just not going to, because, yeah, That's my
Yeah.
answer to that. Am I getting exercise in daily? Absolutely, absolutely, I am.
Yeah.
And my goal, and that has allowed me to work up and get more steps in every day. I know I feel stronger than I've felt in so many months now that I'm on a weight loss journey. And exercise is a big part of that for me. Is making sure that my movement and my intentional movement and my intentional movement of my body so that my body can stay strong and get stronger. That's part of me
Amen.
showing up for myself as well. That's something that's very, very important to me at this moment. But
Yes.
I'm not going to let anybody put any parameters on that for me. I'm not going to let anybody to me tell me, oh, that's good, that's bad, or you have to do it this way. No, I'm doing it in my way. I'm doing it my
Amen.
way. And if you, I tend to follow those who, yeah, I like to go to experts. And that's
That's
one
good.
thing about the YouTube streets. Everyone, because they've got access to Chat GPT, makes it thinks that makes them an expert, and it doesn't. It doesn't. It just simply means that you've paid for a subscription to Chat GPT, or I'm sorry, it does. It doesn't, and that's all it means. And it's just word salad. And so, save your word salad. Um,
Yeah, and be an expert on your own life,
yeah, I
right?
mean, yeah, I mean, I just, you know.
Yeah, amen on that.
I don't know.
So,
I'm just having a cynical day today.
no, it's just real talk, friend. That's what it is, just real talk. Layla also shows up mentally by learning new ways to develop her skills at work.
Yes.
So that's awesome and stuff because if you're at work and you're at one skill set and you don't develop and grow, then you end up being stagnated and stuck in one place and you can't grow. You need to get into another pot so that you can grow. So congratulations on that as well. And spiritually, going outdoors and traveling more to connect with herself. That's what Layla's doing. And rebounding with Cheryl is in the house.
Hey,
Welcome in,
Cheryl.
Sister Cheryl. She's showing up for her life. She's doing giving us rebounding and she's giving us spiritual growth. So thank you so much, Cheryl, for doing that for us and showing up for us. Jackie says, hi everyone that joined. Okay. And please in this video. And if you're interested in more, subscribing and join on other chats from Kendi K and Sandra. Okay, thank you, Jackie, for that. I'm trying to
Oh,
catch.
Jackie. I like Jackie's exercise, and that to me that's a really, it makes it accessible for anyone. No equipment
Yes,
needed.
yes. She's. What did she say today? I was doing laps in the backyard. It's a big backyard, and I have lost 13 pounds since being on this journey. Congratulations, Jackie, for the weight loss. Jackie does
Congratulations.
the chair exercises too, and Jackie works 2 jobs. So
Wow.
we're doing a lot as small content part-time content creators, but for those of you who are full-time content creators, thank you for showing up for us for all the
I
channels
appreciate,
that
yeah, I
we
appreciate
visit.
everyone showing up for us. Thank y'all for being in the
Yes,
comments too, because this is really good. So wait a minute. So you're saying Jackie D. McKeever, she's a content creator. Y'all check her out. She has two working jobs beyond being a YouTuber.
yes she does.
Whoa.
Yes she does. And she has her own personal exercise and workout journey that she's also on.
Wow.
So she's doing what works for her and showing up for her life in the way that she shows up for herself, which I really think is awesome. Yes.
Wow.
So,
Congratulations, Jackie. That's
yeah.
that's
So,
a lot. How do
hmm
you how do you continue to show up? Like I could do mm-mm. To me, because first of all, content creation, being a content creator beyond working my full-time job, content creation, especially when you have a goal like Veda, doing a video every day in August, or video or live stream every day in August, just showing up. It's more about a consistency challenge, right? But there's no losing as a part of that, because again, the if you only were going live or doing putting out a video on your channel once a week, and if using that Veda video every day in August, a video or live stream every day, if you use that as a goal, and that causes you to upload 2 or 3 uploads a week instead of your one, or your one, every other week or so, then you've not lost anything, because
No.
you're still getting new fresh content out to your community, and you're showing up for yourself.
Yes, yes. And I
It's a
think,
win-win for me.
yeah, and I think that for people who cannot do it every day, like Veda, but they do it on a consistent basis, like we do, I think why and how we keep showing up for that is because it's something that we want to do. It's no one is demanding that of us. We're doing
Right.
it because we want to, and because it's important to us. And how we show up for other people is important to us. We're showing up for ourselves, but we're showing up for others because we want to, not for no other reason. And so I think it's awesome. And I think that's what gives us the bandwidth to do it. It's
Hmm.
because it's a desire that's within us.
And I
Yes.
know, me personally, there are two people that I'm going to show up for no matter what, and that's my child, and that's my mama.
Yeah.
And it's so funny that my chiropractor was asking, well, how is the family? How is your brother? Da 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 da. And I said, he's good. I said, I guess, because once I check on my mama, and once I know my child got up, well, you know, to go to,
Yeah.
well, he was in summer school. Once he got up and went to class, my everybody else is grown.
Right.
And we chuckled about that. Everyone else is grown, because then I've got to take care of myself. I've got to make sure I get to my own appointments and things like that. So I think that's how that allows me to continue to show up for the things that matter most to me. Right? Is Yeah. I let most grown people be grown, except for my mama and
Yes.
my child.
Yes. And I only show up physically and mentally for what I want to.
Like coming
There
over
ha-
here having this conversation with you,
yes.
Sandra. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Now there was one thing that I showed up for, and I did it for someone else, but my
Okay.
heart wanted to do that for them. And
Yeah.
that was getting the second opinion. So my son wanted me to have a second opinion about this abdominal perineal resection surgery, getting the
Hmm.
colostomy. And he not only wanted me to have a second opinion, but he wanted other family members to be there too. I had already decided that I was going to go with it, but for the sake of what he felt he needed, because I was also thinking, well, he has to be and they have to be a part of my ostomy life as well. That's what I was thinking too. And so I went through the process. My best friend also was there, and I showed up for that. I showed up mentally for that so that all of them could be okay. But I had already decided that I was going to do it, even though I had not fully accepted the ostomy itself yet.
Hmm.
But I just knew that it was a thing that had to be done. And so that was a time that I showed up when I would have made a different choice, you know.
With concerning that, and concerning your son, obviously showing his care and concern for you as his mother, do you feel like that was part of him going through the stages of acceptance? You had already accepted, this is something that if I'm going to live, I'm going to have to go ahead with through with this. But him wanting and asking for a second opinion, do you think that was because he had not yet reached that level of acceptance about your diagnosis and your prognosis and what your care
Absolutely.
plan would be?
Absolutely. And he verbalized that. because both of us born on the same day, right?
Oh, wow.
Yes. He's very vocal about his opinion, what he believes. And when he tells me, I need you to do this, I say, okay, you know. But I did it for him. But in some ways, it helped me as well, even though I had already decided. Well, when I decided, I wasn't not and had not absolutely fully accepted it. But that helped me to do that. And Jackie says it's not easy losing pounds for her. She thanks God for each pound that she's lost. And I do too, Jackie.
I
I'm
do
so
too.
proud
I
of
do
you.
too. Hands up in worship and praise, and for the research that gave us GLP-1s, for the researchers, the scientists that gave us GLP-1s, and for the access to the medication and the funding for me to get the medication. And
Yes.
I'm a self-pay customer for my
Yes.
weight loss journey, and not a single pound of these pounds are easy for me
Yeah.
to lose. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm working towards every one of the pounds that I release from my body.
Yes. And another thing concerning that is all of those things have been made available to you, even the funds to pay out of pocket for your medication.
It's a
So, but
blessing.
you still have to show up because you could get the medication and get it in the house and get it on the counter. But if you don't take it, what good is it doing? Right? So we have to
And I
show
would
up
tell you
in that
this,
way.
and Sandra, I appreciate you for checking in on me and saying, now, Candy K, did you take that? Did you take that injection?
Yeah.
And I would say, well, Sandra, I took it out the refrigerator, and I'm gonna get it accomplished today. And so I'm almost back to my Friday shot day schedule. So thank you, friend, for
Yeah.
being in my ear,
Reminding you.
being on
Mhm,
my shoulder, tapping me,
mhm.
making sure that I am following through. And one thing I know for sure is because I'm paying for it, it's very important for me to stick to this program. And this
Yeah.
is not a diet, this is a lifestyle. This is a it's a journey. It's a journey. I was just talking with my aunt over the phone because she is on the bridge program. She's actually my great aunt, and she is taking now Wegovy or Wegovy. I don't know how they say it,
We go
but
over,
she's
yes.
taking that GLP-1 medication as part of the bridge program. And she said how grateful she is because she her out of pocket is zero. She doesn't have to pay any money for this weight loss medication. And she just talked about how it's such a blessing for her. It's such a blessing for her. And hers are pills. She takes the daily pill because she,
Oh,
like me, does not like those shots. But I think now, because I am a self-pay customer, that kind of is another layer of making sure that I'm accountable to myself,
yeah. Yeah.
and that I am putting forth the effort and showing up for
Yes.
myself in this journey called weight loss. But what she was telling me is that her doctor talked to her about, and they called it a journey too. And I said, wow. I said, because we certainly do call it a journey, because it this medication, not only does it work on your digestive system and slowing your digestion down, but it also works on the hypothalamus, which is part of our brain.
Right.
um,
And you know the beauty in this, Candy K, is, and what I want everyone to understand about the GLP-1 and any other journey that our lives are on, it's not linear, so it's not a straight line, and trust and
Definitely
believe is
not.
not easy. So accountability, holding ourselves accountable, and also holding one another accountable is
Yeah.
very important. And that's what real love and true friends do.
Yes.
And we need that one to another. Or else we wouldn't even be here talking to the whole world and being in front of the whole world with our journeys if that weren't true. And so trust and believe, I know it's not easy. Sometimes I don't feel like showing up at 3 in the morning with a full bag to go in there and change it. I
Yeah.
don't want to get up, but I have to show up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy just because, things are being made available to us. You know, we still have to go through the processes, and we still have to do the things after we get the stuff. We still have to do those things, and it's not easy to do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy to take the medicine every day. There's medication that I haven't taken in 2 weeks because I don't feel like it, you know, and that's just the truth. But I just don't stay in that place that
Right.
long. I get back
Right.
over there and do what I'm supposed to do. But it's not
And I'm
easy.
grateful for people like you and other accountability partners, right? My closest friends, my dearest friends, friends for 30 years, who will say, now wait a minute, Kenny K, are you thinking about that right? Or is that what's best? Or I totally disagree with you. I appreciate having friends and people in my life who can say, I totally disagree with you.
Yeah.
And because then I know that, let me stop and think about that, and
Hmm.
is that what's best in this
Hmm.
instance? And it takes a lot, because like I just told you, I'm 50 years old, and
Girl,
I'm
it
pretty
ain't
much at this
easy.
point gonna be making a whole lot of my own decisions, right? As for me and my house that I pay the mortgage in for every 30 days, it's gonna be what I think is
What
best.
you
But
said
I
it.
appreciate those who say, but I don't think that's best. Or have you checked this? Or have you thought about this? Or did you get a second estimate on that? Right? I just had to put a new water heater in the house. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to check the prices. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a good thing. Jackie says I might get on Zep. She might get on Zep bound. I have not looked into it,
It's
but I
working for
did
me.
get,
It's working for
yes.
me. And friends, I would tell a person before they started GLP-1 that it's still going to be a journey, right? It's still going to be a journey, and there it comes with a set of things that I think make the process, the journey easier. But I like what you just said, Sandra. Just like you, as adults, y'all, life is not linear. Life is ups and downs, ebbs and
Hmm.
flows.
Yeah. Yeah. And we don't want people to think. Someone told me, you make it look so easy. But I made sure to let them know it is absolutely not easy, but that it can be done. And
Yeah,
that's what you see me
yeah, we're
doing it.
doing it. We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're
We're
doing
doing
it.
it.
But it's not linear and it's not easy, but it can be done. And it's being done by the grace of God, and it's being done by our accountability partners and our supporters. So and that's what makes it work. And
I hear you.
good thought, Jackie. If you feel like you might want to try the Zep down, you got a whole GLP-1 panel every Monday where you can collect information and you can follow up.
I'm
And
gonna grab some more water. I'm
okay,
underhydrated today.
okay, good job. And it's a real thing, and it's a beautiful thing. Anything that we can do that's going to help us show up for our life, we should be doing it. you know and again, it's not easy, but it can be done. And I thank God for the people in my life that are showing up for me and encouraging me and building me up. And Jackie, you're one of them, and I'm giving that back to you the same way. And you said that weight loss and health lifestyle is mental and physical. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we don't ever want people to think that we're up here talking about uh, roses and rose bushes and beautiful rainbows. We get those rainbows and roses and stuff, but we get the thorns and the thickets, and we get the case of what's too sometimes while we're on this journey.
I was
Yes,
gonna say, yeah, we might have some rose bushes, but we sure got a lot of thorns too.
thorns too, you know,
Yes.
but that makes the journey that much more beautiful because
Yeah.
we're
For
showing
sure.
up. We're absolutely showing up, and for different people, it could be, you're showing up for your family if we're talking about in the physical, but still, even showing up physically, there's a mental aspect of it. So, showing up for your family, showing up for your faith, for your church, for your place of worship, for your job, just for your life period, and showing up for others that you don't even know. We show up for people every day that we don't even know them personally, but we
Yeah.
show up because we want to show up for them. I want to show up for all of you, those on the replay, those that's here right now, those that's gonna come later on, that's just gonna discover us, you know and Kendi K, multifaceted channel, you know. So you can learn a gazillion things just showing up over there. And that's one of the wonderful things that I discovered about being a part of your life, Kendi K, is your multifacetedness, if that's a real
Well,
word.
thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much, friend. Sandra, have you this was this your first time going live today? Or doing a did you do a video or anything else today?
No, I didn't. No, I just created a video and edited today. That's going to come out in the morning.
Okay. Well, I
Mhm.
uploaded uh, a blog, a lifestyle blog. Just what is Kendy K doing in a week? Is kind of what I did last week. And it's much more than just the weight loss because I'm much more than just
Right.
on the weight loss journey using a GLP-1. So just sharing, like you said, more facets of my life and just trying to show up for the community that I built here on YouTube. And I feel like I'm feeling better, right? This was my first live stream today, so I just hydrating is making me feel a lot better. And I put some
Yes.
I'm putting electrolytes in the water. Um, I just sprinkled a few more in there. In this water here,
Yes. And
making me feel better. So I don't know, y'all. I might be in the YouTube streets. Uh, I might pop up again in the YouTube streets.
yeah, I'm gonna have recliner. But the beautiful thing about the recliner on a Sunday, if I'm not in the backyard, is I get to visit other channels.
Yes,
And there's always a good live or something to learn, you know, whenever I visit. So I'm always looking for a place to land where I could be replenished sometimes, where I could be
right.
excited sometimes, and I can learn and I can grow. So that I love the multifaceted, if I'm saying that correctly. I love that those type of channels, and your channel is just, I'm always, why am I always there? You
Well,
know?
thank you for that.
Yeah.
And you said that like I think that's true. There is something always to learn and on YouTube, and so that is one of the things that brought me to YouTube. One, I was bored. I needed something new to watch on TV during the pandemic, and then two, you can learn so many things, and you can learn
Yeah.
them absolutely free too.
Yeah. Dictionary, TV, movies. You can even get movies on YouTube sometimes too.
Yep.
Everything is there. I still, the only time the television, the real TV, and I got a real big one in my living room, the only time it's on is if my husband is in the room and he's watching it and I'm sitting there. Everything I
Sandra,
watch is on YouTube.
Speaking of TV, do you know that we still have not found the remote for the big screen
Of course, I
living
know
room?
that.
Sandra, I every week, like I've been saying this to Sandra for like 3 weeks. Okay, Sandra, I'm sick of it. I'm just going to order another remote. But I'm kind of we went in through the back of the recliner because it's a sofa with a recliner on each end of it. So
Hmm.
the remotes do fall behind there. We've done that twice. I don't know. I said, did it fall in the trash can and got thrown away? I don't know. I don't know, y'all.
Girl, just gone on and order another one. So when you don't feel like going over there to manually push the buttons, You
and then
can't
the other day, I was using Sandra, I was using my I told you I figured out I could use my cell phone, and because
to do
most of the things I watch now are YouTube, but you can use your
your
phone as a
phone.
remote too. And
Ah,
so one day though, I was watching something and it turned the TV up like to max volume, like it was like blowing out my eardrums, and I could not get it to adjust the volume and turn it down. I had to get the step stool,
to climb up.
climb up there, and yank. I couldn't even reach the cord in the back of that. I had to yank it out, and so it's been
Yeah,
not
it's
even
just
plugging
been
in.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just it's just so many things. But thank God that we have a TV, even if we don't watch it. Like,
I
you
and
you watch
I have the
yours.
TV on, but
You
rarely
watch yours.
watching it. Rarely
Yeah.
watching it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
I, I
for the
just
noise of it all.
I just have my phone and I'm YouTubing. A lot of times when I'm not doing a lot of chatting is because I'm watching from my phone. When I'm doing major
Yes.
chatting, I'm on the laptop. But I just love to show up. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
love to show up for other people. But every time that I show up for somebody else, I'm showing up for myself first. Because they
I
have
like that.
something.
Yes.
They have something for me, and that's what it's all about. And however you show up, and this is for everybody who's listening under the sound of my voice. However you show up, just make sure that you're showing up for you first, and you're showing up because you want to, not
Mm.
because you feel like you have to or you're obligated to. Do what's good and what's best for you, but show up. Just show up.
Now I have a question,
Okay.
totally off the cuff, but what I'm noticing is these cell phones are just ways for spam calls to annoy us.
For sure.
I want to throw this away. I'd rather have my TV remote and throw this cell phone away, because I know now for sure, and y'all tell me, because we all grown here in this chat. So let me know, let us know in the chat. Do you get more cell calls on your cell phone from spam, anonymous, folks you don't know, versus people that you know and would really want to have a conversation with?
I do.
Yeah,
I do. All day long.
all day long.
All day long, all night long, middle of the night, and sometimes from people you don't even know who are actually trying to identify themselves as I think they're bots,
They are
and so
bots. They are
mhm,
bots. It's like auto robo dialing type of situation now too.
mhm.
But one thing that I've been really empowering myself to do is turn on do not disturb. Turn on do not disturb in a minute. So they might be trying to reach me all through the night, but they're not able to reach me because I invoke that do not disturb, and again protecting my peace.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. I just don't even look because
yeah,
I know everybody that is contacting me that I'm trying to be connected to,
right.
they have a specific sound. So
Okay.
everybody in my life has a sound.
Okay, and
So
I was gonna say, now I know now I've started setting up little ones that can, those calls and things like my mama can still get through, right? But
yeah, yeah. So I know, if it's my son, if it's my husband, if it's my best friend, everybody has a distinct sound. Everything else, even the medical people, because because
right,
of my ostomy life and
yeah.
staying connected to medical, they have a sound too. So if Kaiser is calling me,
So
I know.
Sandra, speaking of that, I know that a couple weeks back, last month, if I'm not mistaken, you had to go in and have your um. Did
The
you?
CT.
Yes. How did that
Mhm.
go? If
I
you care to
I it
share.
went It went fine, and I did a video. It probably slipped through the crack, but I did a video, and they everything is fine. But I still didn't get that confirmation that I'm in remission. So they tell me not yet, girl, not yet. Just we haven't
So can
declared.
they tell you that? Can that be something? Do they like I'm just learning. I don't have type 2 diabetes, but I'm just learning from those who are on the GLP-1s and are part of their own weight loss journey, and that I admire and respect them and their journeys as well. But they've been mentioning that um, type 2 diabetes, I guess you can go into remission, but there is no cure. Like it's apparently that's like not
Yes,
something that you can say I was cured of diabetes, but you can in fact just be in remission. But that's
yes,
again, that's growth to me.
yes. Because when they declare that, they're saying that. So I'm absolutely clear, right? But I'm
Hmm.
still in the window where something could come up. So that's
Yeah.
why they haven't made the declaration. But at some point, we get to the place where they could say, okay, you're in remission. That still does not mean that the thing won't come back. But
Hmm.
for this window, whenever they make that declaration, they're saying it's not here, and the likelihood of it coming back at this point is less.
Okay.
So, and that's enough for me.
Yeah.
That's absolutely enough for me. Yes, yes.
So do you go back for that CT scan every 6 months, every 3 months, or annually, or
Every 6 months.
okay?
Yeah, every 6 months, and then, they'll hopefully after the from the time I did it, and then the next 6 months, maybe hopefully they'll say remission. You know, because I hate doing those scans, even though it only takes a few
Why?
minutes. It's the traveling to go do it.
Okay.
I don't want to. I don't want to show up. So, but what I do is I schedule them for like in the evening, late in
Uh
the
huh.
evening, because the likelihood of the travel back, and it's not really far, but the travel back will be less traffic if I'm coming back at 8 o'clock at night, opposed to coming back at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I
Okay.
like to do evenings or Saturdays. So I hate to, I'm one of those people, if I'm going somewhere, I'll
Mm-hmm.
say I'm going to Target.
Yeah.
I only want to go to Target, and then I want to get back in the car and go home. I don't want to stop here and stop there and stop there. I don't like doing that.
And I'm probably just the opposite. I want to hit all of my corners. I want to come. I want to hit all of my corners on that one day because I work from home. So I would just prefer to go out once or twice a week
And do everything.
or 3 times a week, during the work week versus going out every day. To me,
Yeah.
yeah, I always say, okay, what else can I get done today? Can I stop and get my gas, you know, while I'm
Ooh,
out at Sam's Club? Can I get the gas? And like I went, where did I go yesterday? I know I ended up at Sam's Club because I needed gas. Oh, because I needed gas, so because I wanted to make sure I had a full tank of gas to go to church today. So, but still didn't go to church today. I'm just gonna be transparent.
thank God for
Grace
replays,
and
right?
favor. Yeah.
I went to church today. I went to Grant's church again today, and
Oh,
they're absolutely talking about me. So there's teaching in the book of Nehemiah again. What's up, Tuber Chad? Welcome in. Good to see you. How you doing?
okay. Hey, Tuba Chat.
Yeah, yeah. So Jackie says that's great. You have accountability partners. You do too, Jackie, because I'm one of yours too.
Yep. I was over on Jackie's channel. Jackie was having church today. So I take that back. I did go to church today. I went to church with Jackie D. McKee.
Jackie, yeah.
She had a right word too. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm with
And she
Jackie
was
all
live.
the time.
It was a treat to catch you live, Jackie. For me to catch you live, you always have live streams, but for me to catch you live, and I
I'm
guess
putting
that's
something in
because
the
it was on a
chat.
Sunday, and normally I would be at church.
Yes, yes. So I'm in church with Jackie during the week. But speaking of, going out on if I can get like a half a day on Fridays,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm racing to get in the car and to get out, even if I'm still just going one place. But I'm stuck in the house all week because working from home, I
Mm-hmm.
don't get out, and so
Right.
I'm ready to get out and move around. And but once my schedule gets a little bit tighter again, well, back to something sustainable, then
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back in the park again. You guys know how much I love to go to the park and do my walking and do my little get on the swings and do my little exercise and stuff. So I'll be able to do that again.
Well,
So
as long as
yes,
I can get outside the house and like just get outside in the yard, and, go check the mail and fool around in the flower beds and stuff, that's enough for me. I don't have
mhm,
to get in the car and
all the
go
time.
somewhere. I don't.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
and it's still movement. And
Yeah.
Kendi
Oh
K
yeah.
mows her own lawn, you guys.
I sure do. Hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. So my artificial grass is here and
Thanks for the
it's not
update.
laid out yet, but this week they're going to be laying it out. And so we'll be getting back to creating my space.
Yeah,
And
that's so
I'm
cool. I love
yeah, I
that for
get to
you.
get my lights for the nighttime because the bugs is eating me up in the front on my front porch, but in the back I don't get bit when I'm out there.
I am having like a spider. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Because I went out through the garage because I didn't want any bugs. I didn't want to go out through the front. If I went into the front door, it just, I had it's a process to go through that. So I went out through the garage and because the cameras called that I had got a package. And so I went out through the garage because I hadn't been out yet today anyway. So I needed to get some sun on my face. And so I went out and got that package. All kind of spider webs hit me. And you know how you get that feeling the spider webs hitting you in your face? And I'm like,
Yes. Yeah, we haven't been because you haven't been out there in a minute. That's what that's that it collect dust and it collect
yep,
spiders. So
yep.
yeah, we have to get out there more and keep everything copacetic. But I don't feel like showing up for that all the time either. So but that's what it is. I think it's about time we come on down from this place, as you would say, and we absolutely should do this again every
Please.
Sunday.
I was
Yes,
just gonna
every
ask you
Sunday I'm talking about.
when are we gonna come back for a chat again? I love this. This was
Every
nice. I love the
Sunday I'm
vibe.
here. I'm here trying to talk about something. This is my time
This is your Sunday
where
time, your Sunday live
where
stream.
I get to have conversations, not necessarily outside of, the chronic illness and the ostomy and the cancer, but to engage and have conversations about everyday life with everyday people.
Yeah.
Sundays is my opportunity for that. So I'm always trying to be here at 3 o'clock talking about something. So yes.
Well, if I'm not live with you on your stage having this conversation, well, you know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be in the chat. I'm going to be chatting it up with you and with all of your guests. This was really great, Sandra. Thank you. Thank you for
Yes.
inviting me over. I enjoyed
Thank you for
this.
saying yes.
You are so
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
And always, yeah, I'll be back. I will be back sooner than you know.
Okay. And for all of you on the replay, I hope to see you all again on the replay and then next week. And everybody in the chat, thank you also for being here. I appreciate you. And I will see you all again on next Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. Peace.
Thanks, Sandra. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Living is stronger every day. Living it, finding my own way. Colostomy life, I say it plain. Colorectal cancer didn't win the game. Living it, yes, yeah. Living it, yes. Living it. I'm confident and brave. Living it with Sandra James.